Hello.
How are you today? Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day. Do you have to work today? And
Yeah.
boo.
Well, no, it's in celebration of labor because if it weren't
Okay.
for unions and all of the things that they've done for the American worker, like instituting a 40-hour work week, getting overtime, holiday pay. So this is in celebration of unions.
But do
We're
you
all
get?
those have to work today.
But do you get the
Mhm.
benefits of Labor Day?
What are the
Overtime,
benefits?
time
Yeah.
and a half. Okay, like
Yeah, because that's because of the labor unions, that's law. That's mandatory.
you know how some people try to do though. Like, oh, we'll pay you in
Oh,
time. You
no.
know what's up.
When
You
you
know what's
work
up.
for a legitimate company, whether you're part of a union or not, you should
Mm,
thank the labor unions for making all of that law to pay you for your services, even on holiday. Holiday pay is, yep, thanks to the labor unions. And I'm speaking as someone who used to be part of a labor union many, many years ago. All right, guys, welcome to the commentary zone, noontime edition. Yay! All right, so today we're catching up on a favorite show of ours. I Love a Mama's Boy. It's season 2, and we're recapping episode 1 and 2. Um, oof, oof. Okay, so episode 1, Complete Dominion. Could have been
mm.
complete domination, in my opinion, but that's just me. And do you like our little background, little
Right, I
playground
love it.
for these
It-
immature little boys? Oof.
oh my.
Who do we want to go out? I mean, discuss first.
Oh, let's go with was it Brian and Tracy? Our new addition.
Yes, this is a new couple to the mess, and they're about to get married. They've been together for about 10 years. They met in college. Um, and it's a good story. We learned a lot about them, and we understand why he's so close to his mom.
Mhm.
um and Jane didn't come off too bad in this episode.
Right.
And I liked Tracy and Brian as a couple. She had a child. She got pregnant before she met him, and they met senior year of college. And then he treated her son as like he was a father figure to him, fully accepted him and her. Like, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah. Like very, very cool, very accepting, very just nurturing type of a man.
Hmm.
I'm like, this is a nice couple, but and then the mom, I'm like, okay, you're not that bad, but she gets worse.
Hmm. Because in this first episode, like the way how he told Tracy at the last minute, oh, you need to include my mom in your hair and makeup thing for the wedding. Like, I gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, well, he's a dude. He doesn't realize that when you're hiring somebody for day of stuff for a wedding, like, you have to tell them how many people are going to be serviced because their arrival time depends on that, because they allot how much
Right.
time per person. Of course, the bride gets the most, and then it depends on how many other people they're bringing, like if it's a really large wedding party. Like, seriously, like throwing this in like right before the wedding, because I think it was the day before or something like that, is kind of madness. Just
Right.
just saying. Um, and this is where we see when he tells the mom, yeah, you're gonna get your hair and makeup done before telling Tracy. He then invites her on the honeymoon. And I was like,
No. Mm-mm.
wait, what?
Mm-mm.
And then you hear something like, oh, the kids are going. I'm like, oh, well, maybe.
But
And
it's
I'm
not. It
thinking
sounds like
he
she didn't
talked
know.
about it.
Right. Because it sounded like she didn't even know the kids were going.
Well, we find out afterwards when he's like talking about it with Tracy. Well, hold on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So, yeah, he invites the mom. The kids are going, and he's going to surprise Tracy with this information. Wrong road,
Yeah,
wrong
very
road, but
wrong.
okay. At this point, I'm just assuming that this is a normal dynamic for them.
Mm.
And because he was so carefree and casual with throwing it out there to the mom, I'm like, oh, well, Tracy must be down with this.
Oops.
Well, at one point, I thought she was living in the house because, like, you're making breakfast every morning for him.
Right. But when we find out, she gets there at 9 o'clock to
Yes,
take care of the children. So she's there
yes.
to make breakfast, and I'm like, oh, that's not too weird because you're there at 9, and you're probably making breakfast for the kids anyway. So you're gonna make your son breakfast. So I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one opens up like a rosebud.
Mhm.
It's
Very sweet.
yes.
Very
It
nice.
doesn't overwhelm you like a
Mhm.
sledgehammer to the head. It's opening up slowly and bit by bit. We see in the messiness in this triad relationship. But okay. We also see uh the wedding. We see the wedding in episode 1. It's a really cute wedding.
Yeah.
um he walks his mom down the aisle. Her mom walks her down the aisle, and we see a snip from her mom saying that she's a little concerned about his relationship with his mom. And
Mhm.
this is when it dawns on me, they really think that once the ring goes on that things gonna change. I
Right.
don't think
It's not gonna change. Mm-mm.
so. But yeah, and then I thought this was real messy. I know Tracy's best friend, Asia, has only her best interests at heart. But when she has the conversation with Brian and his mom and finds out that he's invited the mom on the wedding, I don't think I would have had the heart to tell her on her wedding day. And considering the honeymoon isn't the next day, it's a month
Right.
away,
Right. Right.
I would have let her had her day, and I
Exactly.
wouldn't have upset her.
I sent her a text the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it that way. I would have told her on her wedding
Well,
day.
no, I wouldn't have wanted that in writing. I would have called her the next day when she was at work or whatever, or like when she was at work, and I would say, "Hey,
Mm.
girl, I had such a fabulous time at your wedding. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was the bomb. But I just want to let you know I had this conversation and da da da." That's when I would have slipped it in.
Yeah, I sent a text message.
I wouldn't want it in writing. No.
Fair point.
Yeah, for her to go
Snapchat.
and pull up, because you always say that we go back.
Snapchat. Snapchat.
She would have like pulled that up and said, Asia said.
Right. True. True. You ain't lying. She
I'm
sure was.
learning from you. I'm learning from you. That would have been a call. And yeah, you can't pull you could pull a call log, and that's about it. So yeah, Tracy has to digest that at her reception.
Right.
Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so wait, hold on. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hi, Montana. Hi, Trey. Hi, Paranormal. Let's see who else is in here. I think, hey, Blavi. Okay, guys, what y'all think about this show? What did y'all think? Did you see any questions, Jamal?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so Trey says, huge problem. Stop making plans for your mom that will impact me without talking to me first, period.
I agree.
Okay, and Paranormal wants to know, how can a woman be with a man who's attached to their mama's skirt all the time?
Because they think once the ring goes, like Debbie said, once they think the ring goes on, they think it's gonna change. It's not.
I didn't think people thought that way anymore. I mean,
They're young. They're
Tiny.
young. They're
She's
young.
she's that young? She's
They're all
pushing
in their 20s.
30.
No,
She's
they're
pushing
all in their 20s.
30.
Well, she's 30. She probably just turned 30.
Yeah, because
She
they've
a
been
she a
together
fresh
10
30.
years
Right. She a
from
fresh
college.
30.
Yeah, okay.
She ain't 30, 30. She ain't 35, 36. She a young, she a fresh 30.
Okay, so Montana says that boy with a honeymoon without me. The mom don't seem to want happiness. The moms don't seem to want happiness for their sons.
I think Jane does. It's just for her, she wants to, like, since she's happy to have survived her health scare. I think she just wants to share in all the special moments. So I get where she's coming from, but you can see more and more of her demanding side come out. I'll put it that way.
See, I thought that way in episode 1, but
Right.
episode 2 changed my mind.
Right.
Okay, so who's next?
Let's see. Kim and Matt. Kim and
Kim,
Kim and
Kim, Kim,
Matt.
Matt, and
Uh,
Kelly. Oh,
yeah.
these were from season 1.
Yes. Here's what they're going wrong. Here's what the women should do, or the girls should do. What you're supposed to do is, like, tell, like, do like a movie night, like once or twice a week, with the boyfriend and the mom. And what these movies should be are those old Lifetime movies that show the woman killing the mom off, and be like, these are my favorite movies. And then you have them watch all those movies until they get the hint.
You know, Kelly is not letting that happen in her home.
But no, but the movie not including her, like, Matt, like, Cam could be on one side, Matt in the middle, Kelly on the other side, and it could be a standing invitation. Hey, Kelly, like, I just want you to see my favorite movies. And you replay all those Lifetime movies where, like, the girl pushes the mom off a cliff, runs her over with a car, poisons her, so the mom understands the idea. Just saying, just saying.
Okay. What do you think about this? Montana says Jane's son wants to give her his life experience since she didn't have them because of having him.
Yeah, that's what pretty much what he says.
Yeah, but honestly, that was her choice. She could still have those life experiences on her own. Nobody's stopping her from meeting another man. You did your job. He's grown. He's a productive member of society with a very good job and a family of his own. There's nothing wrong with you helping him out with regards to his family and his children, but I feel like she's just stopped and everything is focused on him. He has become the man in her life, and I didn't see it in episode 1, but episode 2,
Hmm.
yes. Okay. Oh Lord, Trey talking about her. Yes, that chicken breast looked the bomb, Trey. Oh my God. My mouth is watering right now. Okay, so Kim, Matt, and Kelly, and just thinking about Matt cures my hunger pangs. Okay. They build in the house. Wait, they're converting his mom's garage
Garage.
into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home for them.
Hmm.
But Kelly is forcing her way into the decor issues, and somehow Matt has allowed her
Executive authority.
or complete dominion, because that's how we get the name of the episode. Kelly looks like, Kim looks like she's going absolutely bonkers and is spending more and more time away
Yep.
from the son and mom.
That's what I'm saying. Lifetime movies, they were the bomb. Get
Mhm.
Michelle back. I'm talking about them Lifetime movies with Michelle Lee from back in the day. For y'all who old enough to remember Michelle Lee when Lifetime first started. Okay, in every Lifetime movie
Oh
covered
my
up.
God. So
But
wait,
yeah, but
she's designing a guest bathroom in the
yeah, because Matt said she
garage,
could. Because Matt said she could.
but didn't tell Kelly.
Right. That's why Shelly looking at her like, is you overstepping your mouth?
The designer, yes.
She was like,
The
what?
designer was like, I think it's a little too much, but okay, whoever paying my fee.
Right.
Okay. Um, and let's see. What was that poem?
Talking about it wasn't about sex. Yeah, really.
It was overtly sexual. Like there was
Yeah.
no questioning that. And
No.
and I hope she doesn't read that at the wedding because Kelly is going to be the officiant and now wants to read a poem. I don't think Kim knew about
No.
the poem.
Right. She didn't.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Kelly, you doing this for the TV. Sorry. This is a lot. This is a
And then
lot.
Matt talking about like, Kim is his first relationship and his first serious relationship that he never thought that he would find a girl to be married. I'm like, okay. That's very specific.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that. Maybe that. Mm.
I still question his orientation.
But it was very specific because he said he never had a serious relationship. I'm like, well, were you on apps? Just like, and you met her, y'all met on the app. So I wonder what apps Matt was using before he
A
got the Kim.
wide variety.
Yeah.
Maybe he accidentally swiped on her, thinking that it was Kevin.
Mhm. I like Matt, and I'm Team Kim all day, and I just want them away from his mama. Cause I like them. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Matt cracks me up, and I just like Kim a lot. It's just the mama I could do without.
Okay, so Trey says, I think Kelly is on a mission to run Kim off just like Layla. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. 5 houses from my folks, and my sister-in-law says she had to make appointments to see them.
Yeah. You don't show up at people's
Hmm.
houses.
Yeah. I
Mm-mm.
think it's yeah, I don't think you should just blindly show up at anybody's house,
No.
including family,
Mm-mm. Never.
you know?
You call first.
Okay. Okay, so Trey says, Jamal, that's because no other woman was willing to put up with that codependent mess. Oh,
Yeah.
and did you see the part where they were talking about the fire in the apartment when they were living in the other city?
And she said, no, no, I did not burn their apartment building down. And she chuckled on, see, I'm like, see,
Mm-mm-mm.
mm-mm.
Okay, so Ablavi. Okay, so this is in response to Trey asking Ablavi what she's been cooking lately. I've been making bread and pastries. I made macaroons, French bread, and red velvet. I love red velvet.
So do I, but it just depends on how it's made and how much dye
I
they
don't
use.
care. I don't care. Like I told you that story about the first time I made red velvet.
What did
And
you
my
do?
poop was red and I thought I was bleeding out. Yeah. And then
You
I
didn't tell me
realized it was
that.
the dye. Yeah. I ate a
Wow.
lot though. I made the mini cupcakes and you know how you
Oh
talk
yeah.
yourself into saying, "Oh, well they're small so I can have 20." Yeah.
Right.
That's what happened. Sorry if that was TMI, guys, but yeah, don't have 20 mini red velvet cupcakes.
Mm-mm.
Not at once. Okay, so anything else with Kim and Kelly and Matt?
Nah.
Okay, so on Emily, Shakib, and Layla, your favorites. Okay, so apparently it's been 6 months
Mhm.
since last season's blow up, and Shakib has gotten back together with Emily. Emily
Right.
has a lot of expectations that things will be different this time. And Shakib has been hiding the relationship from Laila, his mom, and decides to bring Emily over to say, surprise, we're back together again. And can you do better than last time?
I'm gonna say this. I'm team Layla and Shakib on this particular situation because Emily, she allows you into the house. She did not kick you out the house. She said, "I want to get to know you better." And in her confessional, she said, "Well, Shakib loves her, and she's very complicated, so I want to understand her." I'm like,
How's
"Where's
she
Layla at?"
complicated? Because you said you didn't know her, so how do you know she's complicated?
I think it's more because of her emotional state, her emotional outburst. So I was with them because Emily, instead of saying like, "Oh my God, you know what? Cool, let's keep it moving." She wants to bring like, "Well, I don't understand why you say hurtful things." And I'm sorry, ma'am, you're 25. I'm sure in your life, especially if you have female friends, they've called you worse than a pig. I'm sorry. I'm if that's the worst you've been called, I'm like, be easy. Be easy.
I would not have expected it on my first meeting with this Viper.
Right.
But down the
Exactly.
road, I will be expecting an apology
Yes.
for the way how you've treated me. But I need to forge a relationship with
Correct.
you. And then when I feel like we've gotten to that point, I'm going to broach the subject and say, look, I think we're at a better place now. How we started wasn't the best, you know. And now I think we're at a point where we could apologize to each other
Right.
and move forward,
Correct.
because Shakib is worth, us getting along.
But I'm just saying, for that first salvo, just for her to let you sit on the couch
Yeah,
and not
it
kick
was
you out.
unrealistic. But
Yes.
do I think she deserves an apology? Yes. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. Wrong messenger.
I don't even think the wrong messenger, because once you have been able to forge a relationship with Laila, and y'all get to a better place where y'all are not hurling insults at each other and being tossed out of people's residences, I feel like Emily can be woman enough to say to Layla, I would like an apology for those things. I don't want to carry this into our marriage.
But here's the thing, though. Even when you force a relationship, I wouldn't bring up an apology. I don't think she should be the one. I think it should be Shakib. Now, if she were Persian, it'd be a completely different story.
They're Afghani.
But she says, the it's interesting that
The gym
Shakib,
guy, his
he says
gym thing
Persian,
is
and he's a,
Persian.
oh, maybe he's making the correlation between the two cultures.
Because
There we go.
It's similar.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. That's why I was like, y'all Persian? I thought you were Afghani.
No,
I
Punjab
thought I
is
had it wrong.
his name is Punjab. He's in episode 2, but he's
Page,
Persian.
yeah, that's what he said. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I thought they were Afghani. I'm like, wait a minute, did I have it wrong the whole time? His name is Pageman.
Okay, yeah,
It's different.
yeah,
I'm
something
like,
like
okay, so
that.
I did have it right. They are Afghani. I thought I had it
Yeah.
wrong the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, like she was Afghani. You might got away with it, girl, but not. No, like you was doing good by not getting kicked out. Like baby steps. I'm just saying, small victories. She wants to get to know you better.
Here's the thing, though. Do you think Layla will respect Emily if Shakib is doing that? Like, I think, look, Layla is a very strong, independent minded woman. And I think she would appreciate it that after they form a relationship,
Right.
that Emily, because she thinks that she's overly emotional now, but if Emily womans up and seals up her tear ducts and comes to her after they forged a relationship and say, I really appreciate the strides that we've gone through and how far we've come. But just to put things to bed, I know you don't like going backwards, but this is in an effort to move forward clearly. Let's clear all the decks. And we apologize to each other for how we started our relationship.
And then later on, things don't improve. You bring in Mama Emily to handle that.
Oof.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Mama Emily enter the building.
the crouching tiger, hidden dragon of it all. I can't
Oh
wait. I
yeah.
hope they have like
Oh,
effects and everything.
exactly. Exactly. Because Mama Emily not gonna play with her. Especially
Yeah.
about her baby.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be like, I can insult her. I can insult her because that's my child. I can
But
call
you
her
know
fat.
what?
I can call her fat because that's my child. You can't do that.
I also think that Emily needs to bring in her mom at some point to let Layla know that Emily is not standing alone. Like, you don't let your child ride without
Mhm.
you. You need
Right.
to know that Emily got a mama that's just as
Right.
defensive as you, you
Right.
know? So that's all I'm saying, Emily don't ride alone. Emily,
No.
mama done told Emily, dump him. Go
Yep.
get what did she
Doctor.
say? A doctor, a dentist?
Yes. Yes. And and that's what she told her last season before you do lose some weight. So Mama Emily don't play those type of games. I want to see
Oh
Mama
my
Emily and
God.
Layla meet up for coffee or tea or something.
No, we don't want it in a public place, just in case it gets, rowdy.
Oh, that's even better. At Pete's or
Go.
the Starbucks, yeah. Starbucks don't mind the mess. That's free That's free promo.
Oh my God. Okay, so he has a plan. He's been meeting with Emily secretly, just telling his mom, he's going to meet a friend. So he's leaving again to go to the pet store to meet a friend, and it's really Emily. And he's come up with the brilliant idea, get a gift for his mom and
Mhm.
for Tootie the bird, Tootie, to some shit. Um, and that will be the way to whatever smooth things over with his mom if she buys a gift for the mother and the bird.
Mhm.
And you're right, she was not thrown out this time. She left on
Mhm.
her own.
Right.
um but again, wrong place, wrong time. I'm
Yes.
glad that she drove her own car so that she could get the hell out of there when she was on ready, because she was starting to cry. Hey, I think the present for the bird went over better than the
Yes.
present for the mother. And honestly, Shakib, why you ain't buy your mama a new couch? The leather's peeling off of their couch.
Just a little bit.
Like, Shakib, step it up. If we're gonna be filming in there, make it nice.
Mhm.
And that kitchen is so very dated. Layla, you could have used your money from the show last season to do a kitchen reno, and we could have seen a nice kitchen. I'm just saying.
True.
Okay, so anything else on this first episode?
Nope.
Second episode. All right, so season 2, episode 2. I'm in their suitcase.
Shall we start with the forgettables?
Who's that?
Mike and Stephanie.
Oh,
Stephanie, if you're watching this, you probably not run because the simple fact that he brought up, the fact that he paid for the condo, the fact he's paying for the furniture, the fact the mama is involved in every decision about that condo, and you gave up a position in LA which could have changed your life, leave. Just
mm-hmm.
leave. It's not gonna change because the first when they got into a fight, the first thing he went to and the mama went to was that he paid for the condo. Get up
That's all
out.
his mother. But here's the thing. He's telling Stephanie two different things, right? He wants to start a family for them. This is their condo. I want to know if she's contributing to that mortgage, because if he did not put her name on the deed, then
He
I
didn't.
wouldn't be contributing to it.
Mm-mm.
She thought that this was their first home, right?
Mm-mm.
And this was the prelude to the ring. And he double talks himself. He
He
does,
does.
because at the furniture store, he was saying what his mom, Liz, says. This is his condo, so he's paying for the couch, so it should be his decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he reiterates that when they get back into the condo, and Stephanie brings it up, and she's like, I thought this was like our first home, that we were building a life together. And he's like, we are. This is our home. You just said 2 seconds ago, this is mine, but now it's
Yeah.
ours. You can't do that. You're confusing her, and she's young and stupid, and she's buying the optimistic bullshit that he's
Mm-mm.
saying. And that's why I like when next week when she talks to her dad, and her dad is like, cut it short
Yeah.
and run.
You have to, because at the furniture store, he started with his mom. Then
Mm-hmm.
he gets back home. She brings it up. First thing he says is that, "Well, I paid for the condo." Then, like you said, he double speaks and said, "Well, we're building this. This is our condo." No, 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 no. Because he's always gonna throw that. He's always gonna throw that in your face
Mm-hmm.
all the
Mm-hmm.
time. Leave, cut it short. Um, focus on your career because he's not the one for you. Because he sides with his mom on every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't even try to back her up, and that's another problem.
Yep. Yep. And you notice at the furniture store, he wasn't even interested. He knew his mom was coming and he
Yeah,
was waiting. And then once his mom came, he left her.
yeah, on the couch.
Oh, Willie, the store manager or owner, the store owner, Willie.
He was funny.
This is how I like the store personnel to interact and behave and comment. Loved it. He just showed him around. He figured out who was paying for the couch, and he was like, "Okay, well, let's show some
Right,
couches."
right.
Loved it.
Because
Loved
he like well he's like well she got left in the corner so we know who's in charge. Let's go.
it. Mm-hmm. Stephanie,
Please.
yeah. Don't whine about not being put on the deed. It's still
Mm-mm.
not too late. Don't be paying nothing towards that mortgage, because if he's so willing to throw that in your face that it's his condo all the time and he paid for it, start making your evacuation plans.
Yes.
Check with your dad, see if there's still a room, see if your room is still available at home.
Better
You
yet, call that job. Call that lady. See if that job is still available. That's what you do.
It's
That's
been a
what you
long
do.
time though. And I think, you know what? I think I'm praying that she still has her job in New York, because in LA, I bet you anything they would have moved out there and her job would have been eliminated because of what happened.
Mm.
So, although it's a good and bad thing, if your job would have been eliminated because of the panorama last year, count this as a check mark in your favor.
Mm.
If you still have your job at home in New York or Connecticut or wherever, keep that, but get out of this situation. Liz is never going to get any better, and Mike is never going to get any better, and the two of them should shack up.
Oh,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
what did Montana say? Montana saying Mike didn't pay for the condo. His mom did.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
even worse.
No wonder she feels entitled to come and go and decorate and restock the fridge as she pleases. That would
Well, she
explain it.
felt that way when they were renting.
Right. She felt that with the other place. She had a key.
Yeah, and remember when she came in there and said that she thought it was filthy because they had unfolded clean laundry? And she's always bringing over food, and that passive aggressive thing regarding the nut butter. Do
Mm-hmm.
at home by in my house, I have a list on the fridge, and as I run out, I write things down. Do you need to do that? Or do I need to are you capable of remembering that? Bitch, I want salted nut butter. Get the
Right.
fuck out of my pantry
Right.
and take your lousy nut butter with you. We want full on nasty Skippy.
Extra
What?
crunchy. Extra crunchy.
Yes.
Quit playing.
I want to break a tooth when I bite into my peanut butter. Shut up. Who cares about peanut butter? Oh Lord. And he's not even that cute. Like, I think he's gotten less attractive since last season. And those mismatched earrings were just screaming Village People to me. Just saying.
Well,
He's not
that's
that
what
cute.
I said forgettable. So there we go.
Right. Okay. So, who's next?
Let's do whatchamacallit, Brian and Tracy.
Brian and Trey. Okay. All right. It's a few days after the wedding, and apparently she hasn't said anything that about what Asia told her. So now she brings it up. Mm.
Mm.
But she has a point, Tracy. I mean, the honeymoon should be just the two of them. Because this
Mm-hmm.
one, I figured out that the kids weren't actually invited either.
Right? I'm like, okay. No, I kind of figured that out because her whole reaction told you everything.
Right. But, I was still like thinking, well, maybe the kids are invited and she just doesn't want his mom there. But then when she said, and she stated it firmly, I think a honeymoon should be just about the two of us. And I want this trip to be just me and you. I was like, okay, she's making it real clear. This is a
Yes.
real honeymoon, not a family vacation. Mm.
I was with Tracy. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yep.
And then
And
he met his mom
mhm.
in the park,
Yeah.
and they sat down, and he's talking to her. And he's like, yeah, yada yada yada. And he was trying to hold firm. He's like, you're
Hey,
expensive.
Susan.
That's an extra ticket. There's kids,
Mhm.
blah blah blah. She's like, I'll pay for my own ticket. I'll pay for my own ticket.
Yeah.
And she kept trying. He's like, well, no. Like he's all, look, this is Tracy speaking through me. I'm like, okay,
That's
now
why I didn't like him.
I'm like, okay, so you're gonna throw Tracy under the bus?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, you were doing okay. And then she's like, well, just talk to her, like just have a couple another conversation. I'm sure she'll understand. I'm like,
No.
no, she
No.
won't.
Look, Brian, I get it. You feel like your mom has sacrificed a lot for you, and you want to give her everything that you can, to repay her for that, to give her a good life. I get it. I get it. But sometimes you got to cut that navel string. You really do. If you want your mom to experience a honeymoon, find her a man to marry her and take her on a honeymoon, because I don't think you quite understand what a honeymoon is. I'm just saying.
Exactly. I'm like, oof, you don't throw Tracy under the bus like that.
No,
You just tell your
no.
mama, like, look, and she wore him down. She's like, I bring a lot to the table. I was like, oh, here we go.
She
I can
was
take
selling her
right.
services. And now we realize how she has wormed her way into Florida, into their house, doing a full nanny
Mm-hmm.
housemaid service from 9 a.m. Like, she don't even leave at 5 o'clock.
Nope.
She don't. Because Tracy get home and she's like, when are you leaving?
Rushing, I come home, I want to take my bra off. I want to chill.
Oh my God. Hey, Sunshinery. Hey, Susan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's just difficult. And I feel Tracy was very appreciative of the help.
Yes.
I really do, because I think this started well before the panorama.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them were working outside of the house, so they had a trusted person there. And I feel like it started off as just taking care of the kids. But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You should have treated this like a normal, like, nursery situation, where you get your kids ready and you drive them down to the mom's house and you drop them off, and then when you come home, whoever gets home first, go and
Mm-hmm.
pick up the kids and bring them home.
Right.
But you let her into the house, and then you got comfortable with her cooking, and then you got comfortable with her doing the laundry, and then C19
Mm-hmm.
hit, and he's now working from home and he's getting spoiled by his mom. Mm-mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. She has wedged her way in there now permanently. And he's a senior accountant, so he's always counting coins. And he's like, I can get my mom to come over here, and all I have to do is pay her rent or her mortgage or whatever.
So we have to remember
She
he
can
invited her.
come.
We have to remember he invited her to move to Florida.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
yes.
But in my head, after seeing this episode, I'm sure that Jane subliminally said from wherever she was before,
Mm-hmm.
I miss you so much. I'm getting old. I'm retiring. My bones ache. Sunshiny Florida seems like the right place for me to retire to. What do you think? Can you think I can, get a nice place down there, near you? She started that as soon as they got to Florida. And that's how she
Mm-hmm.
wound up in Florida. And he's subsidizing her there.
Oh,
So
of
of
course.
course she wants to show her value, and that's how she said, I'll help with the kids. You do a lot for me,
And,
I want to do for you.
and there's her grandkids, so it's easy for her.
Mhm. Mhm.
She gets to spend more time with the grandkids, and then
Mhm.
she just eases her way in.
Mhm. And I don't know, he came in so good, and then within 2 minutes Jane had it flipped.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so disappointed in him. And like you said, he threw Tracy under the bus in that one sentence. This is Tracy talking through me. No.
Mm-mm.
Tell your mom you made a mistake inviting her on your honeymoon.
Exactly.
I don't know. He's going to go back and talk to Tracy again. It's just going to make it worse. And Jane's going to wind up going on the honeymoon because that's
Yep.
just the way how this show goes. All right, but at least we'll get to see Hawaii, right? I think that's where they're going. Hawaii?
They haven't really decided yet. Well, they're saying Hawaii, but she wants Jamaica, Paris. Oh yeah, she's throwing all those suggestions out there. Because
If
remember he said
he flips
remember he said you've been giving us a lot of thought. She's like, I have. I'm like, okay.
again, Brian, if you want your marriage to survive, find a husband for your mom and let him do all of the marriage, honeymoon, wedding
Mm-hmm.
things with her if you want her to experience that. She old enough. She a big girl now with her big girl panties. Let her pull them up and find a man or a woman or whoever, person of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who next?
Let's see. Let's do Kim and Matt.
Mm-hmm.
She apparently has gotten a nice opportunity in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to jinx it, but they actually offered her the job. She don't have to be there for a year. Like Kim, accept the job and leave.
It's your way out, Kim.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the universe telling you
Yeah.
this ain't for you.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't for
And
you.
don't derail your career by turning down that opportunity.
Don't be Stephanie.
Because, exactly, if you turn down that opportunity, trust and know your company will probably not offer you anything else in the future.
Right.
All right. And don't turn it down for the sake of someone like Matt,
Mm-mm.
because Matt would not do that for you. And I think that y'all relationship would thrive with a little space away from Kelly.
Oh, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. And so she hasn't told him yet, but she talked with her friend Danielle.
Danielle. Mm-hmm. Her go-to.
And yeah, and she's going to tell him now that she's got the offer. Meanwhile, Matt and Kelly are having tea. They're doing some sort of skin treatment. And then they have poker night with some neighbors who think that Matt and Kelly are super weird.
Yeah.
I mean, the husband was like, I just can't take it. Stop it, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god, I was with the husband. Like, yeah, they're weird.
Oh Lord. And I think Kelly does a lot of this for entertainment value because she knows she's on TV, like
Right.
bringing out that jumbo glass and acting the fool with the light
Hmm.
therapy and then coming out with the mask treatment
Right.
on. She does a lot of this for TV and I get it, but her relationship with her son is a little extra.
Montana says, "Don't these women see how unhappy they are?" I think they. I really feel they think they can change their men, which they can.
Wait, do you hear what you just said? Change their men. These are
Hmm.
their sons. When I hear someone say their men, I'm thinking about someone that they're in a relationship with
Hmm.
intimately.
No,
And
I'm talking about these
yeah.
women. The women. I'm talking about the girlfriends.
Oh, the girls?
The girlfriends
Okay.
think they can change the boyfriends, which I'm like, no, you can't.
But there's also manipulation from the mother's
Of
parts as
course,
well.
of course.
And if there was some distance, I don't think they would be that influential.
And Tuti, don't forget Tuti.
Oh, Tutti, Jesus.
Tuti has influence as well. So now Emily's at more disadvantage.
So the bird, oh yeah, the bird like kind of attacked her on the couch. There's so many little omens here for that poor girl, and she's just not picking up on them.
Mm-hmm.
um, Jeez. Uh, okay, so she hasn't. Kim hasn't told Matt yet. I guess that's hopefully next week. We're not gonna
Yeah,
drag this out.
yeah, they can
Uh,
drag us out.
so yeah, that's gonna be a whole mess because of course Kelly's gonna get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Austin.
Exactly.
And she's going there to open up a new office for her company.
Mm-hmm.
When you go and you do that, 8 times out of 10, they ask you to stay on there because they need experienced staff with the new staff that they're bringing in.
Right.
Make a new life for yourself in Austin. Find you a
Mm-hmm.
cowboy.
Find you a Dallas Cowboy.
Oh Lord, I
Just
don't
saying.
think she's that
Or
good,
a
but
Dallas Maverick or a Dallas Star. Find you a Dallas player. You know, you'll
yes,
be okay.
Susan, we all vote for her to go to Austin for real. All right, so last up is Emily and Shakib and Layla. Um, Emily and Shakib meet at the park. She's still a little bit cold about what happened at the house. She just doesn't feel like he has her back. And you're right, Emily, he don't.
He doesn't.
She keeps on repeating to him like he needs to prove to her that he's changing. Girl, he ain't proving nothing to you.
No.
Why are you still there?
You supposed to get in. You supposed to get in where you fit. You supposed to get in if you get in where you fit in if you want to stay. If not, keep it moving because he's not going to change. Layla's not going to change. I mean, Layla offers you an olive branch, and it was a big branch. I'm not going to lie. And
Mm-hmm.
you stormed out because you didn't get your apology on day one. I'm like, well, you're wrong there. Sorry. And now you want to cry about it.
But we
Mm-mm.
do find out that because she has a list of things that he needs to do. He says that he's getting a house.
Right. I'm like,
I was
does,
shocked.
does Mama Layla know this? Has
For
he signed off
real?
on this house?
And
And
is
where
he
is this house?
purchasing or is he renting? Like purchasing would prove a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
Renting, not so much.
Yeah,
Airbnb, even less.
in this stage, yeah, because of where they are.
Mm-hmm. And then she says she wants him to move out because he could buy property, but as a rental.
Right.
For him to then move out and go into the house, that's a huge step for him. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, and get a
The
ring.
ring.
That's not going to happen, girl.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Wow. Like this list got worse and worse and worse with each thing that she said.
Each thing.
But, good for you for keep on repeating it. he's hesitant to buy a ring because he did that with his first wife and he never got the ring back. Girl, I mean, ooh, sorry. But he was acting like a girl. Seriously, you shattered your marriage because of your mom. I wouldn't give that ring back neither.
No, pain and suffering.
But anyway, now that Laila realizes that Shakib was lying to her about going to meet a friend, she is now his chauffeur, taking him everywhere he needs to go. First stop, gym. And he has to have his little basket with his sweat towels, bottled water, and tangerines. Does that do anything, tangerines? Is that a hidden gym secret?
I mean, the sugar gives you energy.
Oh, okay. All right. So then, Mama Laila know what she's doing. I thought she was dropping him off.
Right.
She came in
just to make sure. So remember, she said, now she knows that Emily's in the picture. She's liable to pop up anywhere.
So embarrassing. But this is where we meet his trainer, Pejman, who's Persian, but thinks the dynamic between his mom is weird, but he understands it.
Right.
The only time that they're alone, and this is Pejman and Shakib to talk, is when Laila goes to pray. She does that real quick and comes back. And she makes sure to that he is hydrated, that he is wiped down because she doesn't like to see him sweat, and that he's not lifting too heavy.
Yeah, please be careful.
She was real distracting, though.
She was. He's like, Mom, I'm working out, and it was hilarious. She goes, Pagemon. He's like, yeah. Do you see anything wrong with this? He's like, no, it's all love. She's like, exactly, it's all love.
He's not getting involved in that. He got the courage to say it in the confessional, but he's not telling Laila that.
Right.
He know what
that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Maybe she goes, Pagemon. I'm like, oops, yep, you know what's up. You know that tone.
Oh my God. And poor Shakib. Shakib can't even focus no more. Shakib is like, I want to go.
Yep.
I want to go. So Pageman got paid for a full session and probably didn't even do like a quarter of it.
Right.
That's a good job.
Anywho,
yeah, that was the end of their session in their segment. This show is the show that just keeps on giving. It is a whole ass mess. We've got one more family to meet. The guy that gambles and goes out with his mom.
Yeah.
I feel like he's already married, but I'm not sure at all. Emily will stay and then tell herself he wasted all the years of her life. Yup. Yep. I agree with that, Montana.
That's why Mama Emily needs to come into the picture. To get that right.
Yep. And snatch her child out of there, because Emily is so focused on getting things her way that she's not realizing that this isn't a good relationship for either one of them. But she'll learn. She's what, 25?
25.
Yeah, she'll learn. Like, this is going to be a hard lesson, but hopefully she'll get it. Plus the pay from this nothing show. All right, so this is going to be a good show to review. I'm here for it. This might be our Monday show. I love it. I love it.
This is too funny. This is hilarious. It's like, really?
So I'm looking forward to seeing the new couple hopefully next week.
Yeah. I'm gonna see them gambling where y'all go gamble. So they play craps, and that in of itself is dangerous.
Well, I think they just go there like, I don't think they're hardcore gamblers. I think they go there just like to have fun.
If you play craps,
Yeah.
That's not.
See,
That's not.
I couldn't figure out what they were playing because I'm not big on the casinos myself,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll see more of them. They look like they're
Yeah,
going to be fun, and
that's
I
correct.
like her friend who told her, "I have a son similar to yours, and we don't get down like that."
Mm-hmm.
So I like when they have a friend that's
So
realistic.
he's like we gamble together, we drink together, we party together. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping he's like joking about that.
Well, we saw them drinking and gambling. I don't put the partying past them.
Oh my God. This is going to be a hot mess. I can't wait to see all of the couples. We have some interesting people from last season. I don't have a problem with with the couples that they brought
Right.
on from last season. And
Except
I
for the
like the new
forgettables.
additions. Yeah. No, I like the new additions. I like people from last season and I like the new additions. This is going to be good.
I agree.
So, any final thoughts, my friend?
No, this is gonna be a nice, tidy season, as
Mm-hmm.
TLC does with these shows, but not 90 Day. But that's a whole other topic. So yeah, I'm here for the show.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like this show? Will you watch it with us? Let us know. Give us your feedback on the families that we've seen so far. Do you think they should stay or do you think that they should go? Run for the hills. Leave your comments below. Give us a thumbs up. I need to do that now. Guys, don't forget, give us a thumbs up, even to the replay crew. Hey, replay crew, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend. We want to get our content out there and shared with other people so we can have more friends come and join us in the chat. So, Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.